In this video, we're going to cover the top 10 questions to ask a sponsoring real estate broker, so stay tuned. My name is Richard Soto, a local broker right here in Texas, and I've been in the real estate business for over 15 years. And today we're going to cover the top 10 questions you should ask. One, if you're a newly licensed agent, or two, if you're thinking about switching brokerages. Let's start with number one, and that's commission splits. I'd hate to start with that, but it seems like that's the main thing realtors think about. And so let's just get it out the way. Just because you're on 100% does not mean you're going to earn more money. So let's address that right now. Not all 100% real estate brokerages are created equal. So if you do choose 100% brokerage, make sure there's additional things that go with it besides them just being a licensed holder. There's a lot of brokerages that are 100% and they just stick your license up there and good luck. If you have any questions, don't call them. If you need support, there's no phone number, so you pay for what you get. Saying that, there's a lot of 100% brokerages that are great. However, if you're a new agent, being on 100% might not be the best thing for you. You're probably going to need a lot of support, a lot of training. You might need a mentor. So those are things that I would say the majority of 100% brokerages aren't going to provide. So ask about the commission, but then you have a lot more questions to ask thereafter. If you're a top producing agent, you're selling over $5 million a year, to me it's a no-brainer. You should be earning 100% of everything that you close. Number two is internet presence. Does your real estate brokerage have a dominant internet presence? And I'm going to tell you that pretty much everyone is going to say yes. We have a great internet presence. The beautiful thing about Google is there's a lot of tools that you can use that you can easily see if they really do or do not have a dominant internet presence. And let's jump onto my computer and we'll take a look at some of these free tools that you can use to compare the different brokerages that you might be interested in. So when anybody tells you they have a dominant internet presence, it's very easy to check their traffic. So if you just go to Google and just Google Uber Suggest, this is a free tool. It's going to give you limited information, but it'll give you enough information where you'll be able to see if that brokerage's website actually gets traffic. Here's one of our websites. We got 7 or 8 different websites, but here's one of them. And as you can see, it's loading. We rank for almost 100,000 keywords. And this is something you want to see as a graph of the keywords and traffic going up. And what I would do is, here we go. I would go to this SEO keyword section. And as you can see, we literally rank for thousands of keywords, whether it's townhomes, houses, real estate, multifamily, apartments. And I'm not going to go on and on and on, but you can see that this website gets a ton of traffic. So if anybody ever tells you, oh yes, we have a great website, we get a lot of leads through our website, simply go to Uber Suggest, plug it in, and you'll see the majority of the keywords and rankings that that particular website has. There's paid tools that I use when we do our optimization in-house. This is just a good starter tool that's free that you can do your research on. And you know, if you're going to a large franchise, obviously you don't want to put the large franchise's URL because it's going to be a skewed number and it's not going to affect you at a local level. So I believe most, even the larger franchises, have a local website that you'll want to put right here. And you can go in depth, more in depth, and do some additional research. But it's just staying with internet presence is, do they have a Google AdWords campaign? So basically what happens is most buyers and sellers will log on to Google to research homes for sale, condos, home values, relocation, whatever the case is. So if you're moving from Texas to Florida, you're not going to Instagram, you're not going to Facebook, definitely ain't going to TikTok. You will get on Google and do a Google search for Miami condos near the beach or whatever, Miami real estate, whatever the keywords are within your area. That is what you're going to be looking for. So what happens is if a brokerage doesn't have a good SEO campaign, and that's just organic search results, they can pay to be on the top of the search results on Google. You just have to pay per click. And what we can do is let's jump back on the computer and see how you can look at an effective PPC campaign.
Looking at a PPC campaign, obviously the majority of all traffic is going to be going through Google. So I would just do a plain Google search and we'll say, I don't know, we'll say Irving real estate, homes for sale. So basically you're just going to ask your brokerage, and I have a lot of additional SEO and internet marketing tools here. So disregard this. This won't be showing up on your PC. But as you can see here is an ad. So this is basically called pay-per-click, and you can even see the ad right here. So anytime somebody clicks on that, you'll be forwarded to that particular website. And it's a great way to market yourself if you don't have an effective SEO campaign. And a lot of brokerages and top producing realtors, instead of buying leads from Zillow, Realtor.com, will run their own AdWords campaign. And that's exactly what I would suggest as well. And as you can see towards the bottom here, there's some additional ads. So again, pay-per-click, it's a great way to generate leads more effectively than you buying them from a third-party source, and as well as your branding yourself. So that's just a quick rundown on pay-per-click, and it's just another question that you should ask your sponsoring broker.
Last is social media. Does the brokerage have a great social media presence? And if so, how is it going to benefit me as an agent? What do you do on your social media platform that will benefit me and my clients? Are they posting mainly recruiting ads to obtain more agents? Are they promoting all the office listings? Are they uploading your client testimonials? What are they doing in regards to benefiting you? A lot of people have Facebook accounts, Instagram accounts, and once in a blue moon, they'll slap a sold listing up there. Does it really benefit you? No, not really, not as a realtor. You need to be with a brokerage who's going to promote you. We know at the end of the day, business pages are not going to get organic traffic as they once did. You'll have to spend money to promote that post. Is your brokerage going to promote that open house post for you? Are they going to invest in getting more traffic there for you? And again, it goes back to mainly it depends on your commission split. So knowing their online presence and how it benefits you is extremely important. So to me, the office location means nothing. Having a physical address is of no benefit to a realtor. You're not going to get walk-up business like we did back in the 80s or 90s maybe. Your office is literally your office's website and your website. That is your business card. You can be in 50,000 square feet of luxurious office space and it will make you $0. No consumer cares that you're in this beautiful office space. Your office is your website, so keep that in mind. Number 3, training. Is there ongoing training at the office? When there's updates to contracts, how will the realtors be notified? Is there in-house training where I can physically come to the office? Or is it just all online and virtual training? There's nothing wrong with either one, but if you learn one way better than the other, it's good to know ahead of time. And better yet, if the brokerage offers both, you have the best of both worlds. So make sure they have a great training program in regards to contract changes, in regards to marketing, in regards to sales. Are they going to provide you with different coaches and trainers? What are they going to do to make you equipped to be an effective salesperson? So it's extremely important that they have a great ongoing training program. Number 4 is support. That's one of the biggest things that I get when new recruits come to the office. They'll say, Richard, are you actually going to pick up the phone? I've been at XYZ and I couldn't get a hold of anybody. I'd send emails, nobody would ever reply. So you need to know ahead of time if the brokerage is going to provide support. Again, every brokerage is different. Some just hold your license and they just let you do what you need to do and you're not going to hear from them. So make sure that they provide support. And if you need their assistance, whether it's on Saturday or Sunday, that they're going to be readily available. There's a lot of new agents that could choose the wrong brokerage. And if you have a lot of questions, that first time you miss out on submitting that offer and somebody beats you to it, you're losing thousands of dollars that you probably really need as you're getting your career going. So it goes back to, it's not all about the commission depending on where you're at in your career. So as a new realtor, if you just go with Z real estate brokerage because they're the cheapest 100% brokerage, and here you are trying to do your first deal or second deal, and your broker doesn't help you, and you lose out on that closing, you're trying to save $50 a month, and you ended up losing $5,000. So don't be penny rich and dollar dumb. Know where you're at in your career and make sure you ask these questions. Number 5, does the brokerage provide real estate leads? And number 2, how can I receive those leads? Because every brokerage assigns leads differently, and the majority, quite frankly, aren't going to provide you with real estate leads. So let's just address that. A lot of brokers will tell you, yes, we provide leads, and that might not be the case. That's why it's important that you use those free tools and see exactly how much traffic that brokerage's website receives on a monthly basis. Because at the end of the day, when we've done radio ads, TV ads, our social media ads, Facebook, Google, PPC, whatever the case is, we always drive the lead back to the website because they're not looking to talk to us initially. They want to look at listings, they want to look at the MLS, they want to look at virtual tours, they want to do a free over-the-net home evaluation to determine their home's value. So the majority, not all, we get phone calls as well, but the majority of people want to go to a website. That's why it's easy to see if the brokerage is going to provide you leads or not. And 2, maybe they just assign leads to their senior agents. Maybe they have a relocation division and you're not going to be able to get any of those leads. So asking those questions are very important, especially if you're going to need the brokerage leads to jumpstart your real estate career. Number 6, full-time or part-time. Some brokerages only want full-time agents. Other brokerages accept both. And depending on where you're at in your real estate career, you might want to start off part-time. So having the option to go in part-time might be beneficial to you. So just depending on where you're at in your real estate career, it's always good to have both of those options. Number 7 is, does the brokerage only do residential, or is there an option to do commercial, apartment locating, or property management? It's best to always focus on one niche. So if you're a residential realtor, you want to be the best residential realtor that there is. However, you might stumble across a commercial transaction, and it could be multifamily, it could be a shopping center, tenant rep, landlord rep, whatever the case is there an option within the office for you to be a part of that transaction? Is there a commercial broker there that you can refer it to? Maybe they can take you under their wing and show you the steps in doing an acquisition or disposal. So those are good things to know as well. And as far as I'm concerned, the more I can learn about real estate as a whole, the better off that I am and the more profitable I can be in the future. So ask what all options there are in the office when it comes to sales or leasing? Number 8, are commissions negotiable? And if so, do I have to get the office permissions first? So for instance, let's say you go on a listing presentation, you're at $1 million listing, you're there, there's 4 other people ahead of you, you're the last one to go, they said they like you, they trust you, you had a great marketing plan, they love your internet presence, they love the fact that you do video tours of all your listings, they're ready to sign except they ask you, will you do 5% instead of 6%? You need to be able to answer that question right there on the spot. You don't want to have to pick up your phone and call your broker. And 2, you want to have that option of yes, I can or yes, I won't. So you want to be able to be in control without having to get back to the office. Either way is right. Either you expect the 6% or you'll do 5%. It's totally up to you as the realtor in regards what you should do, but it's good to have options in my opinion. Number 9, is there an office fee? Is there an E&O insurance fee? And if so, how much are they? You want a detailed list of exactly every fee that you can expect on a monthly basis. In addition to that, is there any surprise fees or franchise fees that might be coming up every quarter of the year that I need to be aware about? So make sure that you have a very detailed list of what the office is going to be charging you monthly, quarterly, and yearly, so you can have a detailed plan to become a top producing agent. Number 10, is there a minimum sales quota? And if so, what is it? Some offices might expect you to sell $5 million a year. And if you're just a part-time agent who's wanting to do this part-time, that might be an issue for you. You don't want to be in a situation where you've bought signs, business cards, logos, t-shirts, caps, all this swag or whatever the case is, and come to find out that the broker is going to let you go because you're not meeting their minimum standards. So it's best to know that ahead of time and put yourself in a position where you can be successful. And number 11, which is a bonus, is does the broker owner sell real estate? You want to know this ahead of time in case you go on a listing presentation and the broker just left as you're entering the listing. I'm not saying it's right, I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just good to know if there's going to be a competing broker at your office. I hope these tips have been beneficial. If so, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. We have a lot of upcoming videos on lead generation, lead conversion, unique selling propositions, and videos in general on how to become a top producing real estate agent in your marketplace. Thank you, and we will see you in the next video.